People think that CAT pressure actually peaks during the exam. It doesn't. It peaks before the exam, when nothing is happening. These long, empty hours before Sunday, that is when you're going to feel your brain kind of going crazy. And it starts spinning all sorts of stories. Stories like, why am I feeling slow today? What was that formula again? यार कल ही तो यूज किया था उसे वो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के लिए, याद क्यों नहीं आ रहा यार? Shit. If you don't understand what's happening, you will think that you're collapsing right before the finish line. You are not. I remember feeling exactly this before my CAT exam. The preparation was fine, it was all spot on, but my mind was kind of inventing problems out of thin air. Exam day पर admit card भूल गए तो क्या होगा? कार खराब हो गई तो क्या होगा? कार का टायर फट गया तो क्या होगा? कंप्यूटर माल फंक्शन हो गया तो क्या होगा यार? पेपर टफ आ गया तो मैं गया. Oh shit यार, फिर क्या करूँगा? परसेंटाइल नहीं आई तो कोई अच्छा कॉलेज नहीं मिलेगा. पैंट पहनना ना भूल जाओ यार. Shit. No, cut it out. Come back to reality. It took me some time, but I realized eventually there was nothing wrong with my prep. There wasn't any prep left to do. There's nothing that I could actually do in my prep anymore. Something was happening with my nerves, with my brain. And there is something that people realize too late. Your brain actually gets the most loud when the work is almost done. लेकिन याद रखो, जब घर पे ड्रामा चल रहा था, तो उसके बावजूद तुम प्रेप कर रहे थे. कॉलेज में असाइनमेंट्स आते रहे, एग्जाम्स भी पास आ गए, लेकिन तब भी तुम पढ़ाई करते रहे. जॉब में मैनेजर ने तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब कर दिया, लेकिन उसके बाद भी थके हुए घर जाके तुम मॉक्स देते थे. आए थे बहुत जो शायद तुमको ताना मारते थे कि तुम कर नहीं पाओगे, तुमसे नहीं होगा. उस सब को सुनने के बाद भी तुम आगे बढ़ते रहे. तब बोलते थे ना, अपना टाइम आएगा. That time to perform is here. So here is your 48-hour stabilizer. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Stick to what's familiar. Revise topics that actually make you feel grounded. The idea is not to improve now. It's just to remind your brain that you still know things. You remember things. बचपन की memories effortlessly याद आ जाती है ना. Don't worry. इतने महीनों से जो पढ़ रहे हो, जिसको यूज करके questions solve कर रहे हो, जब question सामने आएगा, चीजें याद आएंगी. Here's the thing that a lot of us don't realize. Usually होता क्या है कि तुम एक किसी moment में फंस जाओगे where you'd be trying to actually remember a certain formula or something like that and you will not be able to. And उसकी वजह से तुमको टेंशन होनी शुरू हो जाएगी, यार shit मैं सब कुछ भूल रहा हूँ या फिर भूल रही हूँ. But the truth of the matter is that तुमने ऐसे कभी रिवाइज करने की कोशिश भी नहीं करी यार. Your brain is actually used to being prompted to remember a way of solving a question when a question is in front of you. So it's the same logic here. Don't just randomly try to remember things out of the ether. It's not going to happen. Trust the system, trust yourself. Question जब सामने आएगा तुमको चीजें याद आएंगी. Don't go into a downward spiral because of just this. Second thing, protect your body. So light homemade food. Please अभी जाके street food वगैरह मत खाओ, तबीयत खराब हो गई. Then yeah, no one can do anything about your exam. घर का खाना खाओ, light food खाओ, and stay hydrated. Short walks, and for all the introverts out there or people living in Delhi, I guess, room में कर लो, it's fine. Your brain actually performs much better when you're not tense, and this whole damn thing is actually trying to get you in that state. Visualize कर लो the 90 seconds of what you're going to do when the paper begins. Because सबसे ज़्यादा friction और points of falling off the strategy उन्हीं 90 seconds में होते हैं. I've seen people who have a perfectly laid out plan, who have a perfectly laid out strategy. Nothing wrong with that. The moment the exam begins, they ditch all that and they straight away jump into the first RC they see and बस strategy का तो बैंड बज गया वहीं पे. So don't do that. Just visualize what you're going to do in the first 90 seconds when the first RC actually comes on your screen. Sit down, relax your shoulders, one slow breath, and look at the screen. Don't get solving immediately. I know वो heat of the moment में बहुत लगता है कि यार shit, forget the damn strategy. Solve करना शुरू करते हैं. I'll be able to do more. Please don't. There's a reason why we developed that strategy in the first place. So resist that urge. Scan the sections. Scan the RCs. देखो पहले क्या section में है क्या. It does two things for you. One, it carries with it all the benefits of the strategy itself. But the second one is arguably the more important one. Because it kind of eases you into the section. I mean, you're no longer faced with the terrible and terrifying prospect of getting to solve the first RC almost instantly the moment it appears on the screen. You're no longer being controlled by the person who actually set the exam. Because a lot of time, you actually set the first one harder than it needs to be just to throw people off, just to see who is actually sticking to the strategy. So don't fall into that guy's trap. That is perfectly engineered for someone who abandons strategy when that person actually needs it the most. If you can start steady, the paper will fall into place. And remember something, you are not here because everything went perfectly. You reached here because even when things did not go as planned, even when everything was wrong, even on days when nothing made sense, you still showed up. That's the kind of a person who survives CAT. No. Actually, this is much bigger than that. That is actually the kind of a person who rises up to the challenge and voluntarily accepts the burden of being, the burden of life. This is your chance to actually look fate in the eye, unshaken, unbroken. CAT is not a storm. It's just another day. And you need to do exactly what you've been doing, one question at a time. Bas steady raho, shant raho. Especially kal, performance will follow. Good luck, my warriors, and $4 is yaar. See you on the other side.